Well, in business, government has begun processes to procure 2 diesel multiple unit coaches for the railway line from Tema to Mpakadan. Now, this is part of moves to ensure that the about 70-kilometer railway line begins operation by November this year. Chief Executive of the Ghana Railway Development Authority, Yao also disclosed to Joy Business when he took the Minister for Railways on a tour to inspect progress of work there. There is more in this report.
The railway line from Tema to Mpakadan is progressing steadily despite few challenges encountered by contractors. According to the Ghana Railway Development Authority, the Ministry of Finance has approved for the purchase of 2 diesel multiple unit coaches for the purposes of this line from Tema to Mpakadan.
We are working, to address them.
Have we started procuring coaches for them already?
Yes, my understanding is that this section 2 coaches has already...
The Ministry of Finance has approved the purchase of 2 DMUs, which is diesel multiple units, to transport passengers from Tema to Mpakadan. Yes.
So when are they likely to enter into the country?
Most likely before the completion of this project in November, before November.
Meanwhile, the Railways Minister, after the tour, expressed confidence that the timeline of November 2021 will not be extended. John Peter Amewu also disclosed that he will begin formal discussions with the Transport Minister to develop an ultra-modern terminal and port at the terminating point of the railway line at Mpakadan near Kosombo.
They should be able to live up to that completion period. Progress is quite encouraging. At Mpakadan, you saw what we witnessed there. There was a bit of concern. What happened? What next? And it's important that we need to talk to my colleague, the Transport Minister, to have some level of collaboration to see what we can do quickly at the port of Mpakadan. Otherwise, there's a train to say nowhere. It's important that some activities is done there, which obviously falls within the Transport Ministry's area. So I have to discuss with you and engage him quickly. Because of this progress, completion, as I said earlier on, would be sooner than expected, and that port needs to be completed.
The visit also took the minister to the Kwamu Paramount Chief's Palace, where he paid homage to the traditional authority and also seek his blessings before the main inspection work. He called on the people of Kwamu and communities along the route to grant government the necessary support to complete the project, which is about 80% done.
With the support of the queens, the support of the chief and elders of this community, especially on the right of way and the corridor of where this railway line is passing, with your support, Ghana will become a shining star within the sub-region. What is interesting about this particular railway line is the fact that it's more of a continental railway line. It's running right down from Tema through Mpakadan straight to Burkina Faso. About 2 weeks ago, we were in Burkina Faso to have interactions with our counterparts. And that agenda for development and completion of this railway line is on course.
Paramount Chief of Kwamu Nana Kwafu III, on his part, requested all outstanding compensations be made to affected farmers and community traders along that route.
So I know by now all crops and buildings has been paid. We thank you very much for doing that work for us. I know we are now going to move on to land compensation. Nanum have realized that even though we are paying compensation for lands used, some of the lands were kind of leased to our tenants who has built properties and things on them. Some of the lands were given like 50 years, 70 years, 99 years. All we are saying is these kind of modalities should be worked out well so that the reversions can come back to the allodial owners of the lands.
He also called on the ministry to hold a stakeholder debate to engage the community on the importance of the project.